Now, what do you do if your side clench breaks and you don't have another one on the other side, or if you don't have one on either side anymore? Welcome to today's video. I am going to share with you what to do if your side strap breaks on your Neverfull, what's in my bag, and more. So many good tips, information, and checking out the Louis Vuitton Classic Neverfull GM. So if you love all things handbags, review videos, what's in my bag, and all that good stuff, not to mention a good price on a luxury handbag, always authentic, this is the place to be. So if you like this kind of content, make sure you like and subscribe. I truly appreciate your support, and I want to bring you lots more of this awesome content. Also, if you check out over on abbymbags.com, that's abbymbags.com, you get different options for handbags, what's available, and all that good stuff at a great price. So without further ado, let's check out the bag. All right, friends, so like I said, today we are checking out the classic Louis Vuitton Neverfull GM. Today we are checking out the largest size Neverfull available. This is in the classic monogram print. I want to share with you what to do if your side strap breaks, an option you can do that looks amazing, and what's in my bag, overview of the bag, and a couple more details that I wanted to share with you. So let's go ahead and get started. So first of all, this is, like I said, the largest size Neverfull available. It also comes in the MM, and now they've changed it. It used to come in the PM size, but now it's more of like the BB, where it's the teeny tiny one with the crossbody and the smaller handles. So it's definitely changed over the years. There's new options available now on the market as well. There's different leathers and patterns and all the things. So there's definitely a Neverfull style for you out there. However, a couple things I wanted to talk about today are some pros and cons of the Neverfull. So like I said, this is the largest size. So this is the deepest strap drop that you're going to have on a Neverfull. And first off, one of the downsides of this bag is I find for a tote bag, it doesn't have the longest drop length right here. I will link that in the description for you all, the measurements from the top of the strap to here. I know that some people have mentioned that are plus size, that can be a little challenging on the fit, but generally it fits for most people. But I just find that it sits a little bit closer than some other tote bags that we've mentioned in other videos. So that is something to note about the Neverfull. As it says, the Neverfull really holds up to its name. So this can hold so much. What I want to share with you all today is what I would pack on a road trip or going out and really fill it to show you what all this bag can hold. So a couple things to note when you're looking on the pre-loved market for one, if you're going to go secondhand, because you know I just have a passion for pre-loved handbags and I really enjoy them, is to check out the side trim, make sure there's no cracking. If there is, if you're okay with it, that's fine, but just make sure you really check that out. See if there's any canvas cracks, leading down from it. Generally on this bag, though, if you're gonna have cracking, it would just be on that leather or like the side pulls, which we will be talking about today as well. But if those have any cracks or if they're ripped or snapped, a couple things to note on the Neverfull as well, if you're looking for wear and tear, is to check behind the handles, because on some of the older models, that was a point of wear that really was kind of a bummer, because they would pull away from the canvas a little bit. And the GMs on the pockets, on the older ones, they weren't attached. The stitching wasn't attached to the pocket. So what had actually happened on the larger ones, this one does not have it, but when the handles weren't attached through the pocket, as you can see the stitching is now, what actually would happen is this top flap would start to fold down because of the weight of the bag, the pocket folding in, and there was a lot of bags that would get that crack right here. That is something that some people do mend, like a second hand if you'd have a leather worker or cobbler type of thing, but it is not something that Louis Vuitton replaced. So that is something to note if you're looking on those older bags, older style of Neverfull, when they don't have this stitching back here. So that's something to note. The other thing you might see if you're looking secondhand for a Louis Vuitton Neverfull is in this back pouch, there was actually a really thin type of lining. So it was kind of like a thin plastic. If you think of like a plastic wrap, I know that sounds like a really weird way to word this, but it wasn't sticky. It wasn't gooey, like some of the bags when it peels off. It was almost just like that plastic, little thin plastic, and it didn't affect the use of it. But if you see a pocket that kind of has a funny look to it on the first original models, then you might see that. So this bag was released in 2007. 2007 and 8, I would say, are the earlier models where you would find maybe those kind of quirky little things with it. But you still get the great size of the Neverfulls, no size changes on measurements, just those couple little tweaks that they made to help, with the bag. And the other thing is, if you go on the pre-loved market, you're definitely going to have a wider variety of patterns and styles and special editions and limited editions. So that is a big pro in my opinion. You can find exactly what you want. However, there are just continually new releases on that Neverfull. So one of the other things to note on the newer versions of the Neverfull, the ones that just came out in 2024, they do have that removable, it's almost like a removable pocket, but the pocket is not permanently attached. It's like a separate little pouch on some of them, or the actually little pochette thing that comes with it, the wristlet, that it actually can go on the exterior. So that is something to note as well. It changes a little bit. There's a little style change throughout, but overall you have the same awesome Neverfull that's a classic. So the other thing I wanted to talk about really quick is, if you guys are looking on that pre-loved market, make sure you check out the wear on the corners, because that can be a sign of wear as well. So today, friends, I really am excited to share with you an option on what to do when your side clench breaks. Now, this has been a common thing I've seen year after year, that so many people eventually, after owning a Neverfull, have that side strap break. Now, as many of you know, we'll go to this side. As many of you know, the side pull is on here, so you can kind of clench the bag a little bit, give it a little bit different look. I personally really like this on the GM. If you're wanting that smushy canvas feel of the big bag, but you don't want to have it, all the way full necessarily, then you can pull it on this lovely little clench and you get this cute little design. Now, what do you do if your side clench breaks and you don't have another one on the other side, or if you don't have one on either side anymore? It feels a little strange sometimes walking around if you're missing the leather. As you can tell, this bag is missing both sides of the leather. So a couple options you could do is you can remove the little pieces, and on Etsy, there are sellers that actually make the little clip attachments to add it on there. Personally, I wouldn't do that unless both side straps were broken, unless you wanted to buy the one. However, you could also go to Louis Vuitton and they can replace it for you, and you can get a quote on what that would cost. But today I want to share with you an immediate fix to if your side clench breaks. So let's go ahead and check it out. All right, friends, so here's an idea on what you can do if your side clench has broken. So as you can tell on this bag, there's not even a leather piece still attached here. So if you don't want to get it repaired, or even if you do and you need something in the meantime, this is an option I found that I just really, really like. So what I've done is I've gotten this attachment just off of Amazon and attached a Louis Vuitton luggage tag to it. I like to go ahead and hook it into each D-ring here. This adds a little bit of a charm to the bag, which is super, super adorable, but it also helps you actually in the functionality of the bag, keeping it together. So after we get this attached here, what we're going to do is we're going to go to the other end of the bag, and we're going to attach it a little bit differently too. So this adds a little bit of the vachetta, as well as this little bit of the hardware, and we're going to balance it out on the other end with another charm. So what I do over here is I would go ahead and pull this side clench, and if you don't have one available, I would just do something similar to the other side. It doesn't have to be vachetta. You could add one of the little puff balls, you could add your favorite charm, whatever you want, and it would work. So what I want to do though, is since I'm doing the luggage tag on that side, on this side, I'm going to pull the clench to the top. Then I'm going to take this other little charm. It was just an extra little gold piece I really liked. And I added that hardware to here as well. I'm going to start by adding it to the D-ring at the bottom. And then it's going to loop up, and I'm going to attach it to both D-rings at the top. This is a little tricky at first, but you'll get the hang of it. After you attach it there, this balances out to me adding the luggage tag and having that vachetta on the other side. Whoop, we did it under. There we go. Having that vachetta on the other side and giving you that cute look of your charms on your bag, as well as keeping it clenched the way you need it. Let me know in the comments below, have you guys had any issues with your side straps breaking? What did you do in the meantime if you didn't get it repaired? And I would love to hear from you. All right, friends, so before we get started, I wanted to share a couple additional details with you as well. So if you want to locate that heat stamp or date code in the Neverfull, I wanted to share with you where you can find that. Also, do remember that after 2020, 2021, date codes weren't necessarily in bags. They started chipping bags and adding that chip in as well, some even as soon as 2019. But if you're looking for the date code and the bag has that instead of chipped for that third-party authentication, here are some places to find that. So in the bag, you may have the, let's see if we can find it, the tag down here that says where it was made in. This is a, let's see, it will say made in the US, made, you know, we're imported materials, etc., whatever that one says. So that one's on the side. That heat stamp that they're gonna need is right in here on the pocket. If you can see it right there, there is that. And for the date code, where you're gonna find that, it's located behind the pocket. It's kind of tricky to see, but it will be back here in that little leather tab. So if you're looking on the pre-loved market and you need to have that third party authenticated for you, that's where you'll find those things. So today I wanted to share with you what we're gonna fill in the Neverfull. Say we're going on a road trip, but we're gonna see how much can actually fit in this Neverfull bag today. So if you're wanting to max it out and see if you can carry all those things, let's see what we got. So bear with me while we go through this because I feel like we are going to make this thing full, but we'll see if we max it out and where we're at. So starting off, we will go with, if I'm going somewhere on a trip, I always take the Orsay as, this is like my handbag. So this might have, let's see, it holds all the things. The nail kit, the Tide pen, snack bar, gum, the 6-key holder, my little card holder as a wallet, just all the things. So if I need to run in somewhere, I don't have to take my entire bag. I can just take the clutch with me, and it works super, super well. That way I can just kind of grab and go, and I don't have to tote around the whole thing. So that's the first thing I would take with me. Also, I wanted to note that the Neverfull does have organizer sizes that are super easy to find online, as well as a base shaper if you want more structure to your bag. Personally, what I do in my tote bags is I add a lot of little pouches. You'll see this so much in all my videos that I really like my items organized by the organizer. Pieces like in the little bags. Sometimes I do use organizers, but this is my favorite way, especially in a tote bag. So without further ado, let's keep going. All right, so next I have this little organizer wallet. I like using this for my extra paper, pens, and all that good stuff when I'm on a trip. I also have the case for my reading glasses. We'll stick that in the pouch because I like to keep those off to the side. Another little pouch, the Toiletry 15. This one has like, you know, the hand lotion, lip gloss, all that good stuff in there. Any additional makeup, all that. That fits really good. I like putting those ones on the side because of how big they are. What did we put in this one? Okay, so next is, this is the small Chanel cosmetic pouch. This one has little holes on the side, so I don't like putting like lip gloss in there. But this one's usually like Kleenexes, eye drops, you know, the little things, Band-Aids for the kids, anything we need to keep in, something like that. So that works really well, and it's super lightweight. I love that it's not super heavy. Next, we're gonna start on some notebooks. So guys, I don't know about you, but if I go on a trip, I'm always taking notebooks, markers, pens, you name it, I take it. So always working on an agenda, notebooks, and all that stuff. So I have this notebook. I also have this notebook. This is a Louis Vuitton, the Agenda MM. This one's similar in size. It's a smidge bigger. It might be like, it's not quite the GM size, but I take that one as well. I know the paper gets heavy to carry, but I'm a paper girly. I want to write it down. So another package of gum, as you guys have seen. It's always in the bag. The next thing would be, we'll go ahead and stick the keys in, my famous key pouch, Louis Vuitton key pouch, and fob. So those things, I'm putting the gum and the reading glasses in that side pouch because I don't want them, you know, floating around there. I want to find them easily. So that's what's in that side pouch right here. As you can tell, I will go ahead and give you an overview of what it all looks like and how it's laid out when we're done here. So the next thing would be cell phone. This is generally the last thing I put in this compartment, or possibly my glasses. But today we'll do the cell phone, and I think the other glasses, the sunglasses, since I'm taking my larger one. This is a larger hard case. So since they're protected and it's easier to get, I do go ahead and put that one in the main part of the bag as well. So I'm excited to show you guys how this lays out because I really, really enjoy feeling like I can fill it up, take all my things in one spot, even though it's a lot, and it lays out well. So I'll show you that finished in just a moment. Cartier leather checkbook holder. because I'm old school and I have one of those. A large desk agenda. This goes with me on trips so much, but we're gonna see if we can get that in there because I just put my little billfold in there. There we go. So see how it doesn't even come to the top yet. I'm super excited to show you the overview of what this looks like when it's done. But a couple things last but not least. I've got a jacket I usually put in like a coat or jacket. So I've got this one to put on the top. And then last but not least, I set it down here, a water bottle because I'm always taking a water with me as well. So let's go ahead and I will show you how this fits in there. I'll give you a little bit of an idea. A couple things to note, friends. Yes, when this is full, this does get heavy. And no, I would not use this as an everyday this full because it would start to dig in your shoulder and it would really start to become uncomfortable. However, if you're needing to go on a road trip or you're going flying or whatever you need, this is the perfect option for those short distances to be able to take all the things you need, pack it full, and it's right there with you. So I do recommend the Neverfull for that option. I think it's so wonderful and easy to use. So if you enjoy all things luxury handbags and review videos, I would really like for you to like and subscribe. I truly appreciate your support in helping me grow this channel. I look forward to sharing more handbags with you in the future. I'll see you in the next video. Bye, friends.